53-year-old Curtis Forbes goes to trial this week for the murder of Marilyn McIntyre.
The Columbia County woman was found dead in 1980. A long investigation turned up no leads, and the case went cold for decades. But a breakthrough in DNA technology connected Forbes to the crime scene, and he was charged with first-degree murder last year.
Jury selection begins tomorrow using residents of Jefferson County in an attempt to eliminate bias.
But things will get tough in the courtroom as the prosecution tries to pin the crime on Forbes using an informant's words that are in dispute. News 3's David Douglas has more on this attempt at justice for Marilyn. David.
Yeah, Andy, because of where it was found, even the DNA evidence in this case will likely be disputed by the defense. And along with the nature of other evidence, little about this trial will be textbook.
I'm not a juror, and I don't know a whole lot about law.
As the owner of Columbus's local Java joint, Julie Hornbacher is the first to tell you she's no legal expert. But as a friend of Marilyn McIntyre, she hopes as Curtis Forbes faces a jury this week, it will prove police have the right man.
I know he was the #1 suspect everyone in town was talking about. You know, even right after the murders, everyone kind of speculated that it was him.
While Forbes goes to trial under a cloud of suspicion, some of the evidence may be murky. Veteran Wisconsin criminal defense attorney and former federal and state prosecutor Chris Van Wagner shed light on the case from Charlotte.
The simple fact is that any time you have a 30-year-old case, nobody has good memory, and even the records they created, the interviews, the scientific records and so forth, everything's outdated, everything's rusty.
McIntyre's body was exhumed in 2008 to be sampled for DNA. Court records say her blood was found in a bathroom sink mixed with some form of Forbes DNA. If there's DNA evidence in the case, is it not open and shut?
There's some facts here that raise questions why the DNA was found. There, first of all, were friendships between the Forbes and the McIntyres, so your DNA could be in your friend's bathroom. Second, there are allegations in this case of a romantic and otherwise involved friendship between Curtis Forbes and Ms. McIntyre.
Then there's the problem of the informant, Gary Bednar, who did prison time for homicide and says around 2002, Forbes told him he got away with murder.
It's my understanding that he claims to have heard this and then claims not to have told anyone. This is the kind of thing you tell people. Why is there no other witness who said, oh yeah, he told me?
If Forbes really is guilty, Hornbacher hopes the evidence will stand up after a 30-year wait to find justice for Marilyn.
I think everybody just kind of thought that things got lost or things were misplaced or something happened that this crime could not be solved.
Forbes' own son says the conversation between his father Curtis and Gary Bednar never happened, at least not in their home. And Wagner tells me the defense will likely hammer on Bednar's credibility. We should learn in court what the source of Forbes' DNA was, be it blood, hair, or semen. And depending on the source, it could make a difference between simply putting him in the home and connecting him to the crime.
News 3's David Douglas reporting tonight. David, thank you very much.